I think we might have like right into each
Yeah,
other.
we're going. Yeah, he's gonna kick that intro right now. So, yep.
Lights, camera, action. On the grind TV, on the grind, on the grind TV, on the grind, on the grind TV, on the grind, on the grind TV. Lights, camera, action. On the grind TV, on the grind, on the grind TV. On the grind TV, on the grind TV,
On the grind TV.
lights, camera, action. On the grind TV,
On the grind TV.
on the grind TV.
There it is. You know what it is. It's On the Grind TV presents the Come Up and your boy, DJ iZUHM. My boy. Everybody in the gang bang back for another week. Happy to be here. You know what it is, man. You know, week after week we're doing it. Last week we had to cancel the show. As you can see, the picture looks a little bit better now. You know what I'm saying? It's
A little bit.
yeah.
I can see the moles on my face.
You know what I'm saying? You can see a little dirt up on there, man. You didn't clean that up, right? No,
Nah,
I'm playing.
I didn't wash behind my ears today.
Yeah, you know what it is. hey, you know, so we were being the first show, kicking it off. There was some issues that popped up, and we just couldn't get the damn thing to go. And the second show that comes up after this, as you know, Been There, Sung That, which is the CEO of the of iLive TV show, that started our whole network off. He made it about halfway through his show before we had to cancel that one. But came up on Thursday on Go Get It Poetics that we already had it rolling back in with one little hiccup. Came Friday, no more. It was all good. So we back. So everything's back, running perfectly good. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, that's not Jim's section. But hey, but we rolling good right now, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We got a good show today. Still waiting on our performer to come through. Hopefully he'll be able to make it in here. He's out there somewhere, right outside somewhere. We just can't find exactly where he is to get him up over here. Trying to walk him in. The building's a little bit tricky to find from the street, as our other guests will be able to tell.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. You know, you know, to have her today on the show. We go back, and she's been a part of the On the Grind TV for a good minute. From way back, from the days of way back, she's been doing her thing for a minute. She models. She's got a new venture that she's doing. That's what she came in here to talk about today. So I want everybody to go ahead and put your hands together and welcome Miss Privilege.
Yeah.
There she is.
I'm loving it. Thank you guys for having me here today.
Man, I'm so happy to see you back in here, just to be working with you again. This is, you know, it's been so long.
It's been a while. It's been a long while.
Yeah,
you know?
but you never stop grinding, of course.
You know, that's what all the grind on the grind is all about. You know what I mean?
saying?
You can't stop no matter what. You
That's
know.
right. First lady on the Grind TV right here. Ms.
Thank
Privilege.
you, thank
She's
you,
been putting it
thank
down
you.
for a good minute. Met you through Eternal back in the day, Eternal Transmit.
Right.
the juke
And
joint.
how long ago was that?
Man,
Jesus.
it was three.
I'm not
three
going to
and a
tell
half,
my age
something
right
like
now.
that.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
You know what I mean? You know,
I won't do it. I refuse. I refuse.
For real. You ain't got to worry about that though. I mean, you're doing your thing, man. Like I said, you've been you haven't stopped doing everything that I've met you when you were doing back in the day. You still do it today, and
Same thing.
yeah, and you still grinding even harder than ever. So
Right. I
and,
got to.
That's right.
You know?
Give them a little bit of history about some of the things that you do.
Well, when I first met iZUHM, of course, I was getting into the modeling. Oh, golly, that game is so crucial. But when I ended up meeting you, you gave me an opportunity to say, hey, you know, you want to do these interviews? And I'm like, interview who? Like, who do you want me to interview? And as time went on, it started being more and more celebrities. It started being no sleep. Like, we're still here and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, are you kidding me? Like, can we take a nap and come back to this? But no matter what, we've gotten through it. You know, we got through all our interviews. We were there, Johnny on the spot whenever people needed us. And it just grew from there. You know, it took off to, okay, now who is Miss Privilege? Why is she with all these celebrities? You know, who's this? Who's that? And how's she getting into these places? You know, so it's been an adventure. As of right now, I am working with a company called iMusic, and what they're actually doing for artists right now is giving them a chance to sell their music, sell their merchandise, videos, anything they really want. Actually, just sell themselves, period.
That's right.
Along with that, iMusic is offering 90% of all the proceeds that these artists bring in. So that's something big because a lot of these other companies, and I don't know if I can say this on here, but are raping artists.
Oh, you can say
if
that,
you
okay.
could say that, you know,
Oh, you
but
can say
they
whatever
are.
you want to say
Yeah, you
here.
can say whatever the fuck you
Okay,
want to
see,
on this show.
okay, we gotta make sure, you know,
No.
we gotta keep it clean sometimes, but, you know, they're raping these artists, and these artists are not getting the dollar amount that they're really worth,
Right.
and it just sucks because they have no way out, you know, they really don't know where to go, and
Right.
this company is actually going to be able to offer that to them,
Right.
you know?
Right. See, my background. See, my background's music. Started off in music, then got into television and doing these things. As you know, we were working on the TV show. We were working towards a deal with well, I'm going to leave their name out of it now because we still the door's still open for later to work towards that. But of course, we like this because we're able to reach the whole world instead of just the LA market. We can reach everybody.
Right.
LA market's not bad. It's the number 2 biggest market there is out there in television. So I mean, it's not a bad deal.
Shit, you gotta go to LA.
You know what I mean? So, but that's I've been a part of the music thing for quite some time. You know, ever since I started studying the business since I was 14. Started in music at about 12, and I was doing my thing. So I've been watching it for a long time, and I watched the whole thing change and stuff. And I'm the type of person that applies himself to it. I want to know the ins and outs of everything.
Right.
So. Seeing that, I've seen how the music has changed, how much it's changed, and we used to know that artists used to get like a certain amount off of the albums, but most of that money went back to the record labels.
Exactly.
So, but now things have changed since file sharing came out, the peer-to-peer and all that. It's done a lot of damage to the revenue to the market for them. So even though they run most of they took most of it. Ever since from 2002 to about 2013, we've seen the revenue come down to they've lost $10 billion.
Right.
So it went from $25.1 billion to $15 billion as of 2013.
Right.
So here we are. So what are they doing now? They signed everybody to a 360 deal, which is now they get a piece of everything.
Yep.
As you put it, they rape
Yep,
them,
they
and
rape
they do because they take a big piece of it. And I'm not knocking them; they try to get their money. But hey, artists got to get their money. I think
exactly.
artists are doing
and
all the work.
especially these independent artists, because a lot of them don't know where to go or who to turn to or who to even talk
Right.
to or even try to get their foot into the actual music industry.
Right.
And the industry is cutthroat. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
really now about who you know and not about what you know anymore.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And the way the music is now is really changing too. So,
Yep.
I mean, I'm hoping that, iMusic can take it to a whole nother level as far as the independent artists go and the musicians. That way they can actually look forward to getting their revenue and getting the money that they deserve for,
Right.
putting out the work. Because they're doing it. Nobody else is.
Right. I mean, that's where it starts at. Without them, then they got no revenue.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's what's
Exactly.
cool. I like because I'm interested in hearing more about that. As far as is that what you guys mainly cater to? Is the independent artists?
Right. We, at the point right now, yes, we are
Okay.
catering solely to them. But
what's
that does not leave anybody else out. Anyone
Right.
that wants to join iMusic, that's what we're all about. We're all about music. Along with that, the great thing about it is that iMusic is also coming out with IM Television and IM Film. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually offer artists a way to get their music on these different film and television productions. That
right.
way, just for being a part of us, we're going to use your music for this such and such or this movie for that show, and
Yeah.
and it also gives them a way to really get out there,
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man, we got to talk about some. We've got to find out how we can get in with that. IE Live TV working with
So,
IM Music.
for everybody out there, just to let you guys know, www.immusic.co. Check it out. You'll be very.
Don't get it
surprised.
twisted. It's not .com. It's
Yes,
.co.
She left
.co.
the
Don't
N
forget
out
that.
on purpose.
Yes, because
Yes.
we're a company, we're a corporation.
There you go. That's what it's
That's
all
what
about.
you do. That's what
So-
you do for that CO.
So between the modeling and the interviews and the iMusic project, if you had to choose one, which one would you stick with?
Oh,
Ooh,
you know
put her
what?
on the spot.
That's a good question. Honestly, I would have to say the modeling, but there's a twist to this. Okay, the reason why I would say the modeling is because the reason why I even joined up with OnDaGrindTV is because my mission was more or less to help kids. And what I did was start a nonprofit that was giving kids an inside look into the entertainment industry,
Right.
as far as the careers, the insides and the outsides, because a lot of people and a lot of kids don't know about the producers, the directors, the image consultants, the fashion designers, like everybody
Right.
that makes this artist who they are. They have no
Right.
idea. So the reason why I would have to say modeling right now is because modeling is going to get me to meet the people that I need to meet in this game, to be able to come on and mentor these kids with me, you know? So I'm taking advantage of that right now.
As you can see there, we got a couple of the shots up there of some of the covers you've been on. So if you don't remember all those.
Yes, I'm actually shooting with Wills again in the summertime.
Are you?
So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
we're going
deal.
back to them.
That was one of the first ones that you hit on, one of the first covers.
Yeah. So I actually was in the gas station. I looked down like, oh my God, that's me.
Yeah. I remember a story you were telling me about. They were talking one day on the phone. You were saying that you walked in the store, or you walked in that one gas station.
Yeah, the gas station. I see myself.
You saw yourself there, and then also the gas station attendant's like, I seen you you were doing an interview. A video.
Right, yeah, and I'm like, wow. So I'm a local celebrity, y'all. Local celebrity.
Yeah.
So seeing how you're a local celebrity, like, what's the craziest thing that you've experienced? Like,
oh my gosh, you know what? I would have to say, the private pictures. Like, guys just tend to randomly do that, and I have to say, please stop doing that. Right. It gets kind of crazy, you know, the way people come at you, the way people think they can come at you, I'll say, especially with men, you know, because it's very, very rude, you know, how they address me. But that would be the hardest thing I've had to deal with. You know, it's just dudes sending me dick pictures randomly and shit, or, you know, telling me like, you know, exactly.
Our casting director tell y'all about that too.
It's crazy. And I don't even see, like, how do you have enough balls to even do that and send that to somebody and think that's cute? So I think that's the most craziest stuff I've actually had to encounter, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, me getting out there and me starting to get, you know, people to support me and fans. It's crazy. Guys, just let it go.
First of because, you know, even I say it too, and the way you take it even better than I do, because I sit there and I see some of the way some people come at you. I'm like, you know, I start getting a little mad. I'm like, hold on, don't come at her like that. No, she's a professional.
You
know,
right, it is. It's crazy.
Just because you take it, you know, because you're a model and you're taking pictures, and some of the pictures you take and show some skin, they want to think they can just say whatever the hell they want to. Like,
exactly.
all of a sudden now you're in the porn business all of a sudden. You know what I mean? And it's not like that.
It's
very, very classy. The covers and everything, all the modeling that you do is very classy.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to keep it that way.
But it is. It really is. I mean, some people have, you know, a difference of opinion on that. You know, there's, you know, I don't know what you would call those. I guess very conservative. I guess.
Right.
But you know, it was like when we go back to the one that was reporting, that was trying to
and actually that was the Malika cover we just looked at. Somebody reported that on Facebook and said that I was basically showing nudity, and I'm like, really? Miss Privilege doesn't even do that, you know?
So are we supposed to cover our faces now? Too?
Right, I guess so. I guess it was the ass shot. It must have been the back shot.
Show a little booty. Show a little booty all of a sudden.
But I was covered. That one right there, you know? So I'm like, I don't see where that's derogative, but okay, I got you.
I don't see that's nudity.
It doesn't make any sense because, like, for one, you're a grown-ass woman.
Right.
And you're going to take the shots that you want to take. So for
for
somebody else to complain, like, if you don't like it, get the fuck off the internet.
Yeah, what you on my wall for?
I'm with him.
You know, my friends list if you don't like it.
But you know what? That's what I say. You know, it's always going to be haters in everything that you do. And
haters gonna hate.
And shit, they make me who I am. You know, they're my biggest fans. So shout out to all my haters because y'all are my biggest fans. Y'all should stay watching.
I'm going to say it too. Shout out to all her haters and fuck you at the same time.
Right. I like that.
Hey, you just keep doing what you do.
And that's what I'm doing. That's what I got to do that.
You're making waves. You've been doing your thing for a minute, and I never want to see you quit doing what you're doing because you're a very intelligent person. People don't understand your business. They see you on the as far as the magazines and stuff. They don't see too much of you as far as that goes. But behind the scenes, me and you've known each other for a minute, and I've talked to you, and the ideas you come up and everything. You're a visionary.
Right.
So. They don't understand that you're a business person. In fact, the very first time I met you was back over at KCAA when you came in. With your cousin, you were managing him.
Right.
So, I mean, so you understand as far as that goes, too, as well as how to manage people, you know, artists and everything else. So you're a business person, you know, at the end of the day. That's what you are, you know.
And I got to be, because at this point it's like, okay, I'm not trying to be broke.
No.
So, you know, you got to step out in different business ventures. And I've had a lot of people, of course, now that, you know, they see me branding myself and they see me putting myself out there. And they're like, oh, my gosh, you know, I'm trying to get on with you. I'm trying to see what you're doing and where you're at. So I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. We could do something.
That's right.
So, you know, I got a club I'm doing on April 10th. It'll be in Upland, which is a grand opening. If you guys, of course, follow me on Facebook at Miss Privilege, and then on Twitter at N2KM. Instagram, Miss_Privilege_. You'll be able to follow me and see all the events that I'm doing, what I got going on. Like I said, it's about to be a lot coming up, so I'm ready.
Definitely follow her. She got some great shows. She hosts some great shows, and like I said, she's always doing the modeling thing. She's got the music thing, and everybody tunes in to hear a lot of people. A lot of them are artists, so
right.
you might want to check out iMusic and see what's going on with that. See if you can't build with her on that as well, and make some money at the same time, because that's what she's about.
That's what we're all about. You know,
what I mean?
so if you ain't got no bread, don't holler at me.
Let's go ahead. Let's take it back. Let's go ahead and take it back real quick on that video we have. Remember, we did. We're waiting for Joe Jack to come in. Joe Jack is one of the members of the Fanatics. We did a thing back in the day before they shut it down. The Key Club, which used to show us mad love.
Right.
We were so sad to see them go. You know, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. You know, business come, business go. But let's go ahead and run that back to let them see a little bit of history, some of that stuff, and of what we do there. In fact, the homie that cut that up, one of our business partners, he's here right now, Kevin Fincher. So go ahead and give it up for him as well. Shout out to my boy Kevin. You know what I mean? And let's run that real quick.
Lights, camera, action. On the grind TV.
This is Miss Privilege with On the Grind TV, here with the hot fanatic. You know, a lot of girls are thinking that this is a hot song because they're thinking that y'all really talking about dropping that ass. Can I ask y'all, everybody wants to know, can I ask y'all, what are y'all talking about? What exactly?
About turning up. Just turn up. Just turn up.
Talking about ass.
Now drop that on one more time.
So I want to ask you guys, what song is actually going to be your new release? Like, what are you going to be playing on the radio?
Y'all hear that? Bang, bang, boom, boom, pow, pow, knock her down. Ray J, what up, nigga?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit her with the Bang featuring Ray J. That's the next single on the radio.
That's what the new hit gonna be. You hear what they say? That's what it is. It's official. On the Grind TV, what up, man? Y'all know what it is, the Fanatics. We taking over. We up out of this. Okay, what is it? We gonna rob the camera. We gonna take the light. We gonna take everything. Give me everything. Hey, give me that hat.
This is Miss Privilege signing off with the Fanatics.
We turned up with her. Straight up.
Oh my goodness, I'm turned up. I got a bottle.
You know, there it is. So I mean, that takes us back. That takes us back.
Right.
We did, like you just said a moment ago. That was fun. It was a fun night. It was. We had fun all the time.
We had fun. Every time we went out, it was just a party. We were bringing the party though. That's why. You know,
I mean,
we stepped in. That's when the club started. Like, oh shit.
How many times we walked in, we were like, oh, On the Grind TV is here.
Right.
You know,
like, wait, can we
turned
get an
up.
interview? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
With who?
Yeah. I remember that was like we did that like a week after Whitney had passed. And
Yep.
so I remember Ray J
Sure
was
did.
there, and so we were trying to get an interview with him, but he just wasn't feeling like doing any
Yeah,
interview.
he
Understandably,
wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Which we understood. You know, we tried to hit him later, but
yeah.
we won't go there.
Hey, put the motherfucking liquor down, man. Stop. You know, I heard some shit that came out of that dude's mouth.
Oh
But
my
anyway.
goodness.
Everybody talking,
But you
but
know
anyway.
how these stars get once they get Hollywood. You know, it's a whole different atmosphere.
Word. I mean, but you know, I mean, we did all kinds of. I remember Baby Bash. I remember we did the one with Baby Bash.
You know what? I would honestly have to say that was my favorite interview, and the reason why is because I had like the hugest crush on Baby Bash when I was a kid. Okay, when I was young, I was like, oh,
he
my
had a
God,
crush on
Baby
you.
Bash! Oh my God, I love him. So when he finally came to Marina Valley, that's when it was really crazy. Like, oh my God, and he's in my hometown. I gotta go do this interview.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta see them.
You're welcome.
And you're welcome. Thank you.
That was actually, he was
there. Okay, see.
No, it was his show. That was we brought him out
really?
there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and I was so happy, and that was probably like one of the happiest moments of my life. Like, oh my gosh, so I had to keep my cool, you know, try to.
Say a lot of people.
Okay, I'm
it's
not
your hometown.
tripping.
Since we're talking about men and her crush, I'm gonna ask this for all the men out there: is Miss Privilege single?
Oh
No, Miss Privilege is not single.
Too bad.
Oh, sorry, guys. You know, I have a wonderful man in my life, you know, that loves me to death, and I love him too. And shit, we gonna stick it out, you know. And nothing's perfect, but we gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah. I mean, that's how does he deal with it? With you being the model? And
I'll be mad as fuck. I tell you that.
Because some of those comments that you see on the page, you're like,
right? Like, and you know what? He's actually really cool with it. You know what I mean? Because he's a model also, so I get this. I have to look at the same shit he does pretty much. Right. You know, so it kind of meshes well together.
Because I'll report all that.
He's good though, you know, and he really supports what I do, and that's the hardest thing that you can find in this industry is somebody that actually supports you and doesn't really hate on you and be mad at you every time you have to go to an event or you got to do something, you know. So he's really supportive of what I do, and you know that's all I can really ask for at this point.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it goes way back to when did you first start modeling?
Oh, okay. I'm about to tell my age.
No, you don't have to tell your age. Just
no. I started at 18, and the reason why I started is because I kind of just said like, okay, you know, let me try something different. You know, a lot of people tell me, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. You should be a model. You should be a model. And I'm like, I was too tomboyish for that at the time. So I'm like, a model? I'm trying to play basketball. Like, what are you talking about modeling? Yeah. You know, so I finally took a dive into it. Of course, when you first start, it's never what you think it is, you know. And my first photo shoot, which was actually with AKM Photography. Shout out to AKM Photography. I came to my first shoot with tennis shoes, and he's like, "Where are your heels at?" I'm like, "Heels? I only wear those to church." Like, what do you mean? So, you know, for me having to change my whole image to, you know, somebody that's really girly and, you know, somebody that is more ladylike, it was really hard for me. So, you know, I eventually took steps in there slowly but surely and finally got it. But yeah, I mean, I've grown a whole lot from what I actually, you know, was doing at first. So.
Word.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute now.
Hidden covers and everything. So
I'm trying. It's hard. It's a hard game, especially when I don't have a manager. You know, I'm not managing. Nobody's managing me. I'm actually doing this all myself. So it's a lot harder that way. You know, and people have came at me and asked me like, you know, you want a manager? You want a manager? And I'm like, I really don't, because I feel like at this point I can do anything that a manager could do for me. Right. You know, and twice as much. So. I'm cool. I'm cool on the managers. Thank you guys for asking, though. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the people that asked me.
For real. Yeah, and you know, of course, they're always going to ask you, you know, have those ones all of a sudden, hey, I think I could be a manager right now. Let me ask her if she wants me to be her manager.
Right.
And
that's how it'll be. It'll be like guys that have like 2 followers. Like, how you going to manage me? You only got 2 people following. Oh, you trying to use me.
Yeah,
hold up.
You're trying to get close.
Right. I see what this is all about. So, yeah. So, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. So, as far as like these ventures, okay, because you're still working with AKM. You're still working with them.
Yes.
Or him, I should say.
Yep.
As far as the other thing, I'm sorry, I don't want to, the one that we were just talking about, the one they had reported. Say their name again, because I don't want to say it wrong.
Wait, which one?
The cover?
The cover.
Oh, Malika magazine, okay.
Right. That's a newer one that you've been working with lately and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I was actually on the cover of Stacks magazine.
Right.
Like I said, now I'll be doing, I mean, I've had so many people hit me up and just ask me to do stuff. But, you know, at this point, it's like not all publicity to me is good publicity. Right. You know, and some people just like it either way it goes, you know, whether it be bad or good. But right now I'm very choosy at who I choose to work with because my image is everything. And I cannot tarnish my image, especially with me trying to work with kids. So therefore, a lot of people, you know, I'm taking offense, like I'm trying to be Hollywood. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to be Hollywood.
We feel the same way as far as all publicity being good publicity. I don't agree with that. I don't
believe in that.
It's the same deal. You know, there's certain people in the industry that I'm not going to work with. You know, because of the image they put up or what they're doing. And when it comes to controversy in hip hop, I really don't care. You know, everybody else wants to use that controversy as a platform to get more, you know, more followers, more views, more, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm not really. Let's celebrate the good things. There's so much good things to celebrate out
Shit,
there
I'm
that
not
we
gonna
don't
lie.
do it.
There's local people that I won't even fuck with. I'm just putting that out there.
Right.
Well, there is because they're highly unprofessional, and I'm not trying to deal with people that are unprofessional. If you're not taking yourself seriously, why should I invest into you? You know.
And that's it, because people will use you for your time, and unfortunately, like my time is so valuable right now. It's not even funny, you know. And a lot of people, well, can you do this? Can you do that? And at this point, it's like I have to just turn them down. Like, no, because the image you're putting out there is not what I want to be branded with.
Exactly.
So, I'm sorry.
This is like an adult.
It's not Hollywood. I'm just saying, just keeping it real.
Word. This is content type of show, but as you already know, we care a lot about the kids. And
Right.
that's one of the things when we had first discussed that and you had brought that up, I was like, hey, I'm trying to work towards that as well as having my own nonprofit for children,
Right.
as far as and giving them skills before they're even done with high school,
Exactly.
because they're already doing it. They're out
And
there
that's what
already
they
doing
need.
it. So why aren't they? We can build with mentors, give them mentors because of the people that we do know.
Exactly.
You know, and they feel the same way about the youth and stuff. This is about our culture. You know, especially when it comes to hip hop and. You know, that's what I care about. I want to steer them back to that, and I want to bridge the gap. That's what this show's all about anyways, bridging that gap. We bring on people with different styles, different sounds, and trying to bridge that together instead of doing what they've been doing for a minute, you know, trying to make that gap bigger instead of bringing it together. And that's what hip-hop is, that's what it all began for anyhow. That's what the movement's about, was unity. And that's what we're trying to bring it back towards anyway. So, you know, I always got your back.
I got yours too. Got his check.
I got Kevin's back. You know what I mean? Got Johnny's back. You know what I mean? So,
yes, you know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. And, you know, that's why even when, you know, we talked about me coming on here, and I'm like, oh, yeah, of course I'll do that. You know, I missed this whole thing. And
that's right.
It's all a process, you know what I mean? Everything
Word.
happens for a reason. I feel like I was connected with On the Grind for a reason. I feel like, you know, Kevin was around for a reason. Like, everything's been happening. Yeah. And at that time, like I said, when I first did this, I wasn't thinking like, okay, Miss Privilege, like, that's going to be a brand. Yeah, right. You know, but now I'm hearing it more and more, like, why are you not branding yourself? Why are you not branding it? Like, branded. And I'm like, okay. Like, but I was never expecting it to go this far. You know, I was just like, oh, I just need to be in a couple of events, meet a couple people, network, and that's it. You know, I'm not really trying to be a model because they don't make shit. Like, unless you're like, you know, 5'9" or some shit like that, which I'm nowhere close to. Which I'm nowhere close to. Sorry, I'm kind of little with heels. I might be like close to 5'4", but you know, with the whole game, they just don't. You know, the whole modeling thing is it's overrated. You know. And I had a girl come at me the other day like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you responded back to me on Facebook. Like, you're this big model and you have time. And I'm like, if you only knew, like, you made my day by even asking me like, oh my gosh, how can I get into modeling? What should I do? And, you know, I wrote her like 7 steps. And I guess she's probably thinking like, this, like, she really got time to just write me all these steps. And after I got done writing her all the steps, you know, I mainly had to really tell her like, know your worth. Because in this game, you'll get torn the fuck down. Excuse my language, but you'll get torn down really bad. And the more no's you hear, the more negativity you get, it just diminishes what you even think or your perception of how you feel that people look at you.
Yeah, that's
it's hard.
Right. That's one thing I would tell people: if you cannot handle criticism, do not get involved in this game.
Don't get in entertainment.
Any kind of entertainment.
I love being criticized. Tell me what you think.
Like, let me know. What'd you say? Oh, I don't care anyways. Whatever.
And people don't really understand how much work that goes into all this.
It's a lot. It's really a lot. Like I said, when you have a manager, it's, you know, 10 times easier than, of course, you doing it on your own. But you know, at this point, I'm just like, you know, just know your self-worth. It took me a long time to know what I was really worth, you know, doing all the free stuff and the pro bonos and all that. But now I'm like, oh, yeah, you want to book me? Holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Put that money in my PayPal and I'm going to get back at you, you know, because I have to know that I'm worth more than what these people are trying to offer me.
Yeah, that's right. Murdoch can tell you, it's all about them deposits.
Right. You
Get your deposits.
I'm with him 100% on that one. We got to do it. We got to do it.
So how did you come up with your name?
Okay, funny story. A friend of mine was talking, you know, we were sitting down and we were discussing like, you know, what name? I have to have an alter ego. Can't just go with my own name. And I'm like, well, you know, I thought about, you know, the candies and, you know, all the bubble gums and all the other stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I think I want to go by Privilege. And she's like, Privilege? I'm like, yeah, I want to go by Miss Privilege because I feel like I'm a privilege to be in anybody's presence, and anybody that's in my presence, it's a privilege to be around me, because I'm always positive about, you know, all the stuff that I give out to people. You know, whatever I receive, I want it back tenfold. So therefore, I'm always willing to help people. You know, I have a great personality, and you know, all my real friends will tell you, like, she's fucking crazy, like something's wrong with her. But you know, through all that, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna call myself privileged, because I want people to feel privileged when they meet me. And every time now that I get that and people meet me, they always say, "Oh, it's a privilege." Yeah. That's what I wanted, you know.
And I can attest to that and co-sign for that, because I'm the kind of people always say that to me. Where's she at? Where's your privilege at? You know, they always hit me up. Man, it was so cool meeting her. You know, and it's cool because there's been times like we've been out at spots, and I'd go up to them, hand them the business card, and hey, want to do an interview with you? And you're like, oh, okay. And they weren't really feeling it. I just go back over there and, hey, you want to go over there and ask if you want to do it? All of a sudden, she go over there, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, let's do it right now."
Where we going? Where's the couch at? Where's the couch?
Yeah. So it's always. I mean, we got a lot of footage that we haven't even put out yet.
Oh my gosh, tons, you guys, tons.
They haven't even seen
you haven't even seen half of what I've done, like really, because it's crazy. We were out like all the time.
Yeah, we would hit a spot like, you know, like 8 o'clock, and we'd be there until 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock at night, be up until 8 o'clock in the morning.
And they'd be like, we'll cook you guys breakfast. And I'm there like, no, I just want to go home and go to sleep. Forget the breakfast. I'll see you later on tonight, okay?
Yeah. We'd be just grinding.
All over. And we'd be literally everywhere. That was crazy to me. But it was always fun. You know, I never felt, it was never a dull moment.
No, it was. It was always some good memories, every one of them, really. I can't think of any times that we've had that. Even when there was shit that happened between other people there.
Right, you just be laughing later like, did you see that shit?
For real.
Did you catch that? Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as like what we're doing here, I mean, anytime you want to keep doing, you know, come back and do that. In fact, we've been looking for another person here, and I put it out there. We've had a couple people come through, and Johnny knows, because Johnny's been doing this with me since day one on this show. We've had people come and go, and people come in and step in as guest hosts and stuff like that. So we're always looking. I'll put that out there right now. You know, if you want to be a part of the show, I need more females to be a part of the show, because we need that female perspective as far as what goes on in the hip-hop.
Right, because we'll definitely get it too.
Right, so anytime you're available, you want to come out here, you could be a part of this anytime. I know you're busy and you keep doing your thing, and I know you'd be here from day one if you had the time to do it all the time. So anytime you can step in with us, feel free to hit me up and let me know.
Thank you.
And anybody else out there as well, like I said, or any other females that want to be a part of the show, hit us up. Actually, we're also looking for a female DJ. So I'm talking about real vinyl DJ. You know, not one that just looks pretty up there and do her thing. I'm looking for someone that's actually down, knows how to, you know, get down with it, has a love for DJing. So we want to bring our own DJ onto the show as well. So we've had other people hit us up and wanted to be a part of it, but I was like, I'm looking for that other element. I want, because, you know, I'm behind that as far as, you know, it doesn't have to be an all male show and stuff as it is for some shows. We want that other perspective from other people as far as what goes on. So from
just for the record, when other males come in and co-host with us, you motherfuckers are not taking my spot. So don't get it twisted.
Put it out there, though. Put it out there.
We're giving you an opportunity to come fuck with us, okay?
Hey.
I'm not being replaced. I'm not going anywhere. So don't get the shit twisted backwards. I'll fuck everybody up. You can buzz all you want.
He's on your side right there. That's Big Murdoch behind the scenes over there. He's producing today, and actually, he's the only one who produces this show for me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So
appreciate you. I give you a lot of shit, but it's all love.
You know what I mean? So you know, so we got, you know, Max up in the building. Shouts out there to Deborah holding it down for us.
Yeah. My Women Quest Wednesday. Shout out to Debbie Deb.
You know, hopefully, I think she's still trying to walk her other guests in here, so I don't know. It looks like it's not going to happen. I don't know. Usually we have, you know, music and all that. Well, I have no way to even queue up music at this point, so there's any music videos or anything for you guys, because we were going to have a live performance, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we're just going to continue on here with Miss Privilege in the building.
We're just going to give you the whole hour.
More talking.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone has a problem with that.
You know what? I like to talk. Yeah, that's actually my element right there.
There you go.
If anybody knows me, they know that.
I don't think anyone would have a problem with having you spend the whole hour with us. So.
Oh, see, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
So, and we might even be able to, because he's a man that stays behind the scenes. He's pretty adamant about that, not getting on camera. So
I know,
we might have to
right?
slide him in there just for
We
a little
might
bit to
have
talk
to,
to.
because Kevin has done a whole lot.
Put the rig down. No, he's, you want to come in here and sit down for a minute, dog? Just come in here and sit down for a minute. Jump in there,
Yeah,
dog.
come on, Kevin.
Yeah. This is a man that's been working with me for a good minute. We're about to, man. There he is.
This is the man behind the camera. But you know what? He makes magic behind the camera.
That's right, Divercity Multimedia. That's when I met him. He was doing that, and he's still out here, just still behind the camera at all times. You can see he's holding it right there.
At all times. We actually just did an event recently at the Yost Theater.
That's right.
The Marion event.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Me and Kevin went there and actually, got some footage and stuff like that.
Word. Let him know, Kev. Let him know what's going on, man. Tell him about yourself.
Military brat. Like you guys can tell, I like to be behind the camera.
Yeah.
I'm not used to being out here. To be honest, I love doing production, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love bringing other people's visions to life. Right. You know what I'm saying? I feel that I'm really a historian. You know what I'm saying? Because this is history. It's just we live in a visual era. Back in the day, the scripters, that wrote in the Bible, so forth, or whatever, they were, writing history about what was going on. Right. And I feel like we're doing the same thing, especially with this hip-hop movement, because, to me, it's like a culture. So, I appreciate you, IZUHM. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Shell, Johnny, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I respect anybody that's out here grinding, hustling. Don't stay stagnant. You know what I'm saying? I know I jumped around, but, it's just like, so.
It's all good. Yeah. I mean, me and you actually, we connected back in the day. I had put an ad out looking for other cameramen to come build with me, and then of all people to hit me, it was you, dog. And why I say that is because when me and you connected, it wasn't just a one-time deal. It was just, we just kept building, and we were just right there, and you became like my right-hand man out there, just constantly on the grind. If something was happening, you were able to pick me up, lift me back up, and I was able to lift you back up. Yeah, and we just kept going and building with other cats and making things happen. We went from, we rolled out there with Pacific Knob, with J Loco, BG Knockout, Iceberg, Chill Seed, man, there's so many people to name out there, man. But because that was a big group of cats and stuff. But we rolled out to the Hot Import Nights out there at the Dub Show, and that was a good time. Remember, we went to 2 stages, rocked the main stage, and then we weren't even supposed to be up on the main stage, but they opened the door for us, and we went up there and we did that, and then we went back over to that one. Little Easy was there, and got in with Little Easy, and it was a dope night, man. And
you know what? I think I was there.
Well, on that show?
Yeah, I think I was there, if I remember correctly. I was probably drunk, but I think I was there.
It must be nice.
You should see that. I mean, we had a pretty big group when we rolled in there, man. I don't know, man. We had at least over 20 people with us rolling up in there, and we were the ones with the camera. Oh, Juice Box was there with us. So we had 3-4 different cameras rolling, and it was a
shout out to the Juice Box too.
Yeah. King Dyson is something here. He's co-hosted with us and shit. So he's out there right now, I believe, at South by Southwest, doing his thing out there. Yeah, and that's another thing because we were hoping to get this show out there this year, but I guess it's gonna have to be next year.
We'd have fucked everybody up.
Nah, because we got a lot of our folks are out there from OnDaGrindTV East Coast and stuff. They're out there doing their thing. So and they got the movement out there as far as like the film and TV thing is actually grown to they never really expected it to get as big as it has been, but it's big out there itself. Not just music, it's the camera stuff too.
Yes.
So it's explain a little bit as far as like because you do videos, you do of course you've done the television thing. We've been doing that for a minute. Explain your work, what you offer.
To be honest, I'll just kind of go back from the beginning. How I started this was I would be able to get into shows for free. My cousin used to MC back in the day, Absurd Wonder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them.
Absurd.
So, like, anytime they perform, like, at the House of Blues or somewhere like that, they'd be like, hey, you want to come to the show? I would just go out there and chill. Next thing you know, pass me a camera. Hey, just film our shows. You get to go in. So, from there, we did that. And I remember us shooting a video at the crib, so to be honest, I've been passionate about this for a very long time. So it just I kind of stumbled upon it, but I knew that this was something that it was meant for me to do. Right now, fast forwarding, I consider myself like I do digital media. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with like smartphones because that's basically where technology is going. So any types of visuals, whether it's photos, videos, because all videos are just photos sped up. That's all that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So frames. As of lately, I've been doing more like behind the scenes, trying to get like, right now I've been working with a lighting technician, one of the best in the business. He lit up Titanic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just soaking up game from a lot of people that have done it. You know what I'm saying? And trying to bring it back, you know what I'm saying, home and be able to, you know, educate myself and help, you know what I'm saying, everybody else, all of us. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal, is like for everyone to come up and whatever they feel is, you know, their field or whatever they do. So you know, digital media, you know, whether you have old footage or something and you want somebody to go through it and chop it up, you know, edit it, make it look nice, create a story, you know what I'm saying? I'm literate visually. Yeah. You know, as you could tell, like speaking is really not my thing, but visual, you know what I mean? Something, you know, I got at the crib, it's called the dungeon. I'm in the dungeon, it's dark, you know what I'm saying? I got my laptop, I'm up and I'm moving, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No other electronics but my laptop and some herb. You know what I mean? And I get it in. You know, I come out of there, bro, it'd be like 6 hours later, not even knowing, like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, but I appreciate you, iZUHM, once again, and I want to go back to that night. It was crazy because I remember, you know, Facebook, like, I'm not really online like that, but I remember at the time I was starting to build, like, my brand. I knew what I wanted to do, and it was crazy. I happened to be, it was, like, early in the morning, and the reason why I checked my Facebook was originally I was supposed to do something with, it was like an R&B group. They were actually doing a show over in, damn, I forgot their name. The Low Keys, I think they were the Low Keys or something like that. And they were like performing like, I forgot where they're supposed to perform. Anyway, so I went online and just to kind of get an update of what's going on. I never heard back from them, but I saw your post. So I was like, oh, what? Oh, word. You know, let me see what's good. So I hit you, not knowing, you know what I'm saying? We met up, you know, Ontario. Jumped in the whip. I want to give a special shout out to Faded on the beat. Cool dude, you know what I'm saying?
Shout
like,
out to Faded.
Was able to roll up there. Cool dude. Also Iceberg on the way back, just, you know, sitting back and, you know, when, especially being behind the camera, you know, you get to visually see a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And I like to be in the back and people don't see what's going on. So, you know, when you're back there and you meet these people, it's like I tell people all the time, people always hate on hip hop. I don't jump around, but the last part and I'll let it go is hip hop is entertainment. Period. Straight up. If a dude like 2 Chainz, if you believe some shit 2 Chainz says, that's your bad. He's not even using his real government name. Period. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. And that's what we need to keep this on. That's why OnDaGrindTV, this is entertainment for y'all. All the bullshit you go through during the day, you want to cuss out your boss, you want to go off on motherfuckers, you can't do it. My man and them, they can do it up here.
Yeah,
you know
fuck
what I'm
your
saying?
boss.
Exactly.
Fuck your job.
Fuck that
Exactly.
nigga, bye.
And to be honest, hip hop saved America. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Hey,
because if we didn't have, if I didn't have DMX when I was growing up, if I didn't have Tupac, if I didn't have all these motherfuckers talking the shit that I wanted to do to people, we would have been burning shit up a long time ago. Straight up. So all y'all Americans out there, you know what I'm saying, when they do hip hop and shit, you need to thank that shit because. If niggas really wanted to, we could have tore some shit up a long time ago.
Yeah, so
but
fuck
we have an
all
outlet.
of y'all. I'm about to be on my damn jazz shit. and just,
Forget all
fuck the
this.
boss.
Just gonna listen to
You ain't
instrumentals.
You ain't a boss.
Just go call your boss daddy.
For real. Hey, and that's also I think I've been saying it since day one, man. Since we've been building on this, because it kind of led me, because this whole video thing, this started off as a hobby for me, and that's exactly what it was. I was getting back into my music. I was coming back into that. I was like, why did I ever stop? You know, I can still do this. So I started to get back towards that grind, and I had a radio show I was working on, and then people just started coming back to me. I just kept hearing more and more about the video. Like, why are you guys talking about the video, man? It's just a little side thing, you know, a little side hustle. And I'm hearing more and more of it. So I sat down and I looked, because I'm the type of person, if you're going to get involved in any kind of business, you're going to take it seriously, study the business first. You don't just jump into something and do that later. Learn it first, or you're going to get taken advantage of. And my whole thing was, I started putting it together, and I started to see now the certain people that were coming around me, and it wasn't just by chance that people were there. It was just too surreal that it was happening that way. It was just like, this person's solid, this person's solid, this person. Like, I'm running into the right kind of people. Not looking for, like, everyone's like, oh, I'm looking for a certain name, a certain figure that's got, a certain background. That's what some people look at. Instead of looking at a person's get down, how they conduct themselves, how they do their business. And then that's what I mean. I started running into people to where, the video thing started taking off. Well, now I need another camera. I need another angle. Let me put this out there. And boom, you come along. And then you're always there. I can count on you at all times. And then other cats start coming in. Johnny comes in. Just one after another. Other people came in and they just kind of pushed themselves out. I never pushed nobody out. They just kind of see that they didn't really understand the workload that they were jumping into, maybe. And then other ones are just like, or certain things came out that kind of, called them off to another thing to do other things they had to handle. Understandable, cool. I'm not hating on anybody. I just understand it's a major grind to do this. I have to wear a lot of hats, and it spreads me thin. But it doesn't stop me from doing what I got to do to make it happen. And so I know it's something bigger. I don't even want to go into it to make it sound mystical or anything like that. It's just kind of, but it's obviously something else that's bigger than us that we don't see that brings people together. That's when I said, I came through her through Eternal Transmit, coming through the juke joint. I bumped into her, and that was like my
at a Halloween party.
Yeah. a lot of shit that people don't realize that want to be in this business and want to be a producer, want to be a rapper, and all that other shit. They don't realize that if somebody's not famous, it doesn't mean that they don't have credentials.
Right.
And a lot of people seem to skip that step.
Right.
And try to jump towards like, oh, I'm going to go fuck with, God forbid, Rick Ross or P. Diddy because they're rich and they're already on. Like, but you're skipping people that can help you get shit on your own.
Right. Exactly. You can elevate yourself and you don't need...
Like me, I ran into IZUHM. IZUHM did my first live event that I've ever done. And somebody brought him to me, and we've been on ever since.
Right.
So just because somebody is not famous doesn't mean that they don't have credentials, or it doesn't mean that their head's on.
Or they don't have worth, value to you.
Right, exactly.
They're not doing anything
like I'm saying,
wrong.
know your value.
And the other thing is too, a lot of people think about what can you do for me, and it's never like if you go into it more like what can I do for them and what can they do? Can we mutually benefit each other? And that's where I've always been. It's never been where I got to take advantage of somebody or I need them to fill this and let me just use them.
Right.
And that's the wrong way to step towards people. You start doing shit like that, and you're gonna see shit fall apart on you.
Right.
Because or you're gonna have haters. You're gonna go work with somebody else, and then you miss those little things that they did for you, and you're not appreciative of those things. I never want to be unappreciative of those things. So
right. But that's what it's all about. People are no longer trying to do teamwork. That's what it is.
Teamwork
everybody wants to make it on their own. They want to do everything on their own. They want to collect the money and nobody else do it. And and you're not going to make it that way. You know what I mean? You're just not. It's all about having a passion for something. And if you have a passion and you find people that are passionate like you, there's no way you can lose. But the problem comes in when you find people that are lazy as fuck and they just lie to your ass like, oh yeah, I can do all this, and they don't do nothing. And then
you want to blow up, you want to brand yourself, or you want to be.
But you don't want to do nothing.
You can't be lazy.
I don't know where that comes from.
And you can't come into the same thing and you're just gonna make money off the top. It's like a lot of artists do that too. It's like, hold up. How many fans you got? I mean, real friends. Not your family and homeboys you grew up. I'm talking about your fans that don't even never met you.
Right.
Follow you.
Because you know what I do? When I do my own events, I sit at the door and I make sure I get my money or people have tickets like they're supposed to.
Right.
And I get a lot of people that are like, yo, well, I'm a rapper. Shouldn't I be getting in for free? And I'm like, how many records have you sold? And how many people have heard your music? And they're like, that doesn't have anything to do with anything.
How many people did you bring that's paying is the question.
I'm like, yo, but you're a rapper. How does that not have anything to do with anything?
Right.
So just to the people that really want to do this, just be humble, because there is assholes like me out there that will shut you down real quick.
I mean, but honestly, it's only in the hip hop culture. If I go to country, if I go to rock, they're not gonna have no problem paying anything that I ask. It's the hip hop culture.
I won't say that's. I actually say that's rap culture, not hip hop. Because hip hop, we understand that more. Because the movement, I'm talking about the ones, the pioneers who created hip hop and brought it on. It was a unity thing. It was peace, love, unity, and fun.
Right.
So these cats that are pushing that other thing, they got that rap, the rap star
mentality.
Yeah,
right.
That's that kind of shit and stuff. And we don't call this music ain't called rap music. It's called hip hop. Rap is something we do.
Right.
Hip hop is what you live.
Exactly.
So those guys, they just gotta twist it. They don't know what hip hop really is.
Right.
They can rhyme.
True that.
They can rap, but they ain't really hip hop.
I could rhyme too. It doesn't make me hip hop.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. For real though. And they gotta twist it on that.
Think about it. You say the ABCs, the shit rhymes if you say it.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't make you. That don't even make you a rapper, to be honest. Like,
For real. Hey, one of the things that Kevin, one of the things that I love this, it's always stuck with me from the day he ever told me this too, and is the visuals and stuff like that. And you said when you put something, it's forever, and people don't. They take what we do, as far as when working behind the. Yes, I do work behind the camera too. If you just tune to this and this is where you came to know me, then you really don't know me all that well, my history, because that's where I started. Was
chameleon.
Right. But it's coming behind, was working behind the camera. I love working behind the camera just as much as I like being, I actually like it more than being in front of the camera. I'll just put it out there like that.
I feel you on that one. I feel you.
In fact, when I had first started this show, we were pushing off. You were the one I had an idea for this show. I said, she's the host. We're going to switch it over here. She's going to do it. I'm just going to direct, and
you
we're going to
can
do
let
that.
her sit next to me.
Thank you, Thank you.
It's all professional.
Right. All up.
Let's talk about that though. The pictures when you take a photo, when you're taking like a still photo. When you take a still photo, that's like a moment that you're catching, and reality, you catch it for a moment that lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
Forever.
And not only forever, but that's your history.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the pictures that you're taking of us right now, this is our history.
Right.
In 20 and 30 years, when we can show our grandkids or whatever.
Like we used to be on.
Hey,
you want to see grandma what grandma used to look like?
No.
Don't play me, girl. Don't play me.
I show pictures to my kids right now, and they think I'm like a celebrity.
Right. Same here. My daughter's friends be like, "Oh my gosh, your mom's famous." Like, no, not yet.
Just grinding, but about that a little bit, because people take that a little bit for granted and don't really see the bigger scope of that. When you broke it down to me that day, I was like, man, I couldn't put it that way, but you did.
Yeah, I just, I just feel like just visually, this is why I'm behind the camera.
It's all good, man.
But I think we're in the best time of history. If you really think about it, you go back to the beginning of time, language, vibrations, they used to speak that way. And then they started writing on the walls, They went from writing on the walls to writing on paper, So we've evolved, and now we're at the point now where we have visuals to go along with those writings. Right. So I think right now we're in the best part of history in terms of from a visual perspective, because we have the opportunity right now, and like with you guys with the platform. Right. Just imagine like 400 or 500 years ago, they wasn't on no shit like this.
Right.
We could and beyond that, we could broadcast to the world. And this is why I think people I understand like the system is messed up. Yeah, exactly. We're broadcasting to the world. You're absolutely right, and I apologize for that. We didn't have the opportunity. And the cool thing about it is now it's equal in terms of everybody can do it. Right. So it don't matter like who you are, where you come from, any of that stuff, what type of language you speak. If you can get some of the resources, you can create your own thing. And that's a beautiful thing right now in this world. And I think we need to take advantage of our situation instead of, especially in terms of like media. This is another reason why I got involved, is because, no disrespect, but I used to see a lot of people in this field that doesn't show the visuals the way that I see it. Right. And I'll give you an example, and I'm not going to put the guy out there. We're having a conversation, and this guy, he's a Hollywood dude, and he's been in it for like 40-plus years. And he tells a story about how his wife came into town in LAX, and she happened to go down the wrong street, and she ended up in Watts. And so, like, he started, like, telling the story. They're, like, younger or whatever. They're like, huh? He was like, oh, you don't know about the Watts Towers? You don't know about the Watts riots? Well, okay, here, let me tell you that. So his version of the story is totally different from how, my family and, my people, like, told me. So my point is, like, there's always multiple sides to stories. Right. And now we're at the point in history where we can tell our side of the story. You know what I'm saying? And also do it in a way that they tell it. So we can now get their audience, as well as we can continue ours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
the motherfuckers like me, like, you know, I'm hip hop all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in the slang, all this, the way I talk with do-rag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because niggas is wearing skinny jeans and shit, that don't mean I gotta, you know what I'm saying, follow the trends.
Ugh.
Like, I've always been on, like,
That
some
shit is
different-
gay.
Yeah, very gay. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, and I have to throw this
Yeah,
out there.
yeah,
It's
Kevin
funny
did
how
that.
these hip-hop artists, you know, they be shouting out Gucci and all this shit. It's like, y'all be shouting out some gay-ass designers. I'm cool with gay people. I ain't got no problem with them. But if they're gay, they're making clothes that they think you look attractive in.
See, but the thing is, like, shout out, it's different. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, who's
Sounds
looking
like
at you? No. I want a woman designing my clothes.
if I'm gonna say, like, if I'm gonna be like use the word Gucci in a sentence, like, bitch, you ain't even wearing the shit.
Hey.
What the fuck? I'm in a bone shirt. I'll put it out there, like. But if I'm like, hey, yo, Ism, that's Gucci. Isn't it? What the fuck does that even mean?
Hey, my thing is, that's not hip. You know, why are people supporting these brands that don't support hip hop at all?
Exactly.
They're putting on. You guys are making them rich, and you're advertising, telling everybody that follows you, you're promoting them to these brands that don't support hip hop. Where's their money behind hip hop?
Because money stick with money. That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
Stop supporting. That ain't hip hop to support anybody that don't support hip hop.
So since
Support
you
hip
said
hop.
that, since you said that, I'm gonna shout out my sponsor. I'm gonna shout out to Crazy Bone and all my clothes, and
That's
I
right.
love you from me to you. If you ever see this, ask
Hey, I
him.
like that.
Shout out to Crazy Bone and the Life Entertainment, the Life Apparel. I can scream that because I wear this shit. I can afford it too, so don't get shit.
No, that's dope. And he's straight. You know what I'm saying? So he's making it for you so women, you know what I'm saying, will pay attention to you. But these niggas in these skinny jeans, they wonder why men be hitting on them and all this type of shit. Because you
Man, you faggot. I want to see Miss Privilege in some skinny jeans.
yeah, exactly. That's what we, you know, women. That's what they supposed to wear. Anyway, yeah, I jumped around.
No, it's all good. We
We're just having fun. It don't matter where you
Right.
go to.
right,
Love it. Love it.
We got a little under 2 minutes here left on the show, and man, the time flies, man. I tell you, these shows
We
go by
having
so damn
fun,
quick. Again, though, so while we're getting into that, Miss Privilege, let them know where they can find you, where they can connect with you online.
You guys can follow me on Facebook, at, of course, Miss Privilege. To the people that don't know how to spell privilege, because I get that a lot, I've been misspelled on a couple flyers, I'm not going to lie to you. But it's MSPRIVILEGE. Instagram, Miss_Privilege_. Twitter at N2KM, New Millennium Movement, because that's what I'm all about. I'm about to really take this by storm. And then, like I said, also iMusic, www.imusic.co. All one word, please, and remember, .co. Check it out. Check it out.
Let them know about you. Let them know.
You can find me, some of the work I've done on the Grind TV. You know what I'm saying? OnDaGrindTV.com. Come up, Miss Privilege. You know what I'm saying? All her information. Me, I'm not online because I'm behind the scenes. Like I said, like I'm really not out there like that. So if you want to get in contact one of them. You know what I'm saying? Also, my Gmail, kfincher42@gmail.com, or Divercity. I go on there sometimes, but you know, in this business, I'm understanding like you can't have like a separate business. So if I'm working on a set for a movie, my credits isn't gonna come up under my business name. It's gotta come up under my name. So
Right.
I'm kind of fading over into that right now.
And just because he's not online don't mean he ain't. He's out there every day. He's out there
That's
every
why I'm
day.
not online.
That's right. Hey man, we say thank you, buddy. And of course, after we go off our area, we'll chop it up a little bit more. And like I said, y'all keep tuning in. We're gonna wrap up the season at the end of next month. We got some other good shows. Mikey D's coming up again.
Shout out to Mikey D.
Yep. We got Rhyme Asylum coming up next week. You know, a big group out of the UK. Like I said, we're doing it out here pretty big. So who else we got coming up? I got to look at the schedule again, but I don't try to look too much into it. I've been under the weather this whole last 3 days and stuff, so, you know, and I'm still out here doing my thing. So keep tuning in. Keep it locked in as well. On the Grind TV to come up right there as you see up above us and stuff. That's the blog site. You can hit us up there. See what's going on. Facebook, Twitter, whatever, man. You find us all over. YouTube for the old ones, for the older videos, old episodes, all kinds of stuff. Stuff with me, Kevin, and Miss Privilege have done. Johnny Bone. Johnny Moon finally got his page up on Facebook. So
I did it, everyone.
Yeah, go hit it.
I got 3 pages now.
Yeah, he's now an entertainer, so go there and like his page, support the homie. Oh
yeah, and I got a biography on this bitch.
Yeah, that's right. Right here on the website. Right here on the website. Oh, and the donate. Y'all see the right underneath the screen right there.
Don't forget to donate.
Yeah, click on that. Donate. It's $1. I don't care, man. It's something, you know. So go ahead and help us out by doing that. We got about 16 packages that'll be coming out. Party bus, the facility rentals. There you go.
Birthday parties.
Party bus rentals.
Strippers.
Yeah.
Motherfucking.
We got music placement, commercials. We film commercials, commercial placement, product placements.
Weddings.
Weddings. All kinds of stuff, man. So we'll be having those up here soon. Like I said, got a kind of spare thing here, so that's why we'll be putting the show on the season and then work on it. And I got the new radio show coming on soon. Yeah. That'll be coming out on Mondays from 4 to 6. Doesn't even have a name yet. Still in development. So we'll be doing that with radio, iZUHM, OnDaGrindTV. So we'll be able to play more music for cats and also have music placement as well from all across the nation. So with different radio shows. We're up into 20-something different radio shows right now. So go ahead and hit us up on those. Forgive me for being a little ill today and a little loopy and stuff, but that's the medication. Y'all hit me up again. Like I said, keep following us, and we'll keep doing our thing.
And always remember, y'all, one nation on the hip-hop.
Appreciate y'all. Go ahead and
Grind TV on the grind TV. Lights, camera, action on the grind TV. On the grind TV. On the grind TV. On the grind TV.
On the grind TV.
Lights, camera, action on the grind TV.
On the grind TV.
On the grind TV.